For over 30 years, I have been covering, or at least coveting, a visit to this very park in the middle of the UK, in the Midlands. Forgive me if it's not truly the Midlands, but it feels like it to me. It's day one of the UK tour, and it brings us to Drayton Manor right behind me. We're only here for 3 hours, and a whirlwind already start to this trip, of which I've lost my passport and recovered it, and finally got to this park. So we're gonna go in, we have 3 hours. I have a lot of things I need to get done, including Apocalypse, which I saw running in the corner as we came in. It is the last year for this Intamin Drop Tower, or that Intamin Drop Tower, which is well known at this park as one of the best attractions. We have Shockwave to get on, Storm Force 10. I don't have my jacket on because I left it at the auto dealership. So regardless, I'm gonna do the water ride because I have to. Yeah, and a lot of other rides to look forward to, including my second ever Vekoma Boomerang, an accelerator, and other rides too. Drayton Manor, a long bucket list park. Not many huge attractions here, but either way, we're finally here.
This is for your safety and the safety of all the guests. Thank you.
In order to not tempt fate and miss out on what it looks like one of the best flume rides going, I'm gonna do Storm Force 10 first and get it out of the way. I'm gonna go on a stand-up coaster anyway, so better way to dry off after that. Hold on for a review of Storm Force 10. First attraction here at Drayton Manor. This is a very cool entrance. As you can see, it's just finely detailed. I'm too busy taking in the beauty of this attraction that I have to get on it. Like, it's taking my sweet time, aren't I? Maybe that's because of the fact that I am going to get very wet. Well, that was a bit of madness. Oh, Storm Force 10. I am well surprised by the effectiveness of that flume. It was great. That first drop, unlike anything that I've ever been on before, that lifts the boat up out of the station and then drops you down that first drop. Fantastic. Still getting out of this crazy ornate station. I believe the theming of this ride is based on lifeboats that sort of jet out from their station buildings next to lakes in the UK, which is really kind of a unique theme for here, and well done. That second drop, the backwards drop out of the sort of rotunda building, holy cow, I am soaked. I did not expect it to be that wet, and I do recall it being reported from my favorite theme park vlogger that that drop was quite wet, and it did not disappoint. And then the final drop as well wasn't too crazy, wasn't too wet. But we're just gonna do it again, because I'm not gonna do Storm Force again. That was crazy. If I do it again, I'm gonna be freezing at the end of today. But we have another water ride that we need to get on, so I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna dry off on Shockwave, a nice stand-up coaster to dry us off. Whew. Good start to Drayton Manor though.
He wants to go on the fucking mountain.
Beautiful sight lines here. Maybe we'll capture that particular shot on the way back. Never been through this queue before. It's very unique. It just zigzags. You zig and you zag. 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 Ooh, it's already making me nauseous. You zig and you zag. See when we get off of this thing. Just exiting River Rapids here. It's a pretty sedate River Rapids ride. Nothing really to it. Didn't really get wet at all. The only thing that's really impressive about it is the color scheme. Like, it's a very beautiful ride. It's almost like a sort of a poor man's Popeye, if you will. It certainly has great theming. I enjoyed the pump house at the towards the end of the ride as well, which was rather heavily themed and was a nice little interior element to this ride. I have two parks I'm doing today. I'm not messing around in the sense that now that I've done both the water rides, I'm gonna dry off and I'm gonna go do Shockwave after that, because it's only about 10 degrees here, so if I stay, you know, if I try to like let nature do its course, I'm not gonna be dry all day and night. And I got another park to go to tonight, so let's get a little dryer action in. There's a dryer there, it's unavailable. We need a dryer. I had to do it. I contemplated. I was like, I'm not gonna try. I've never used one of these blow dryers before, but I'm killed under 3 layers. I'm not gonna give you the finer details. The dryer experience. My main concern is that someone's gonna try to come in here while I put my bum up against the vents. This is where we're at, people. We're putting our bum up against the vents. Okay, so we're now wandering to the back half of the park. Still freezing after my drier episode. It wasn't that powerful, so we're gonna walk around and try to get ourselves warm again because, whoo, it's chilly. So we'll start with a ride on Accelerator here. One of 4 credits that we can grab at this park. It is time for the legendary apocalypse. Legendary only because I've had it highly rated among Intamin Drop Towers. This ride is due to close in only a matter of weeks. I'm fortunately here in time to ride it. I'm very happy to give this tower. I'm a big fan of Intamin Drop Towers. And I'm told this one will not disappoint. I've done Apocalypse. It was a little bit frustrating. That was quite a long wait because the only fast tracks that I've seen in the entire park were on that ride. 15 days to go and it's done. And it leaves us. It's a pretty short ride, to be honest with you, compared to my local Intamin Drop Tower at Wonderland. I'd say it's a great ride for this park, but certainly not a legendary one by any stretch of the imagination. Now I gotta hustle a bit because we got less than an hour left in the park. I'm cold. I got 3 credits still to get, and I'm not gonna get everything in. To be honest, considering that I'm at the moment on no sleep from my flight, I'm doing pretty well. There are 2 lands that I have yet to check out here at Drayton Manor. Technically 3, but one we won't be going to. But the newest is Vikings. A brand new area for the park. Key attraction within it is a formerly known as Buffalo Coaster, Jormungandr, as it goes by right now. We're gonna go right on it and not waste any time and get our credit in. Going to get out of the Vikings area. It has an Zamperla Nebulous, which I've been on one in Coney Island. It's a good ride, but unfortunately not for me today. I would have liked to have got another ride on Apocalypse, but yeah, it has a fairly substantial wait as well because of that fast tracking and just the 1 car running. And then we have Thor, their other Zamperla new attraction, which really I should probably give it a shot, but at the same time, this ride is not going anywhere anytime soon. It looks brilliant in action, however, footage of which I might not be able to get for you because I unfortunately have that Shockwave date and another credit that I need to get. It would be silly of me to come all this way and to not get the ride that I meant to get while I was here. So we're gonna not mess around and we're gonna go over and get it, which is Shockwave. There's also Thomas Land to check out too, which I'm gonna quickly cover, possibly in 2 trips of Shockwave. The park's still a bit busy, so we'll see. We did try Accelerator earlier as well. That was a snappy little Vekoma boomerang. Definitely enjoyed the station as that was well themed and well put together. We gotta make our way to the other side of this park. I'm surprised about how busy it is at the end of the day. I was trying to plan things to kind of do it at the end, but now I gotta hustle. I'm also kind of eager to get in that car because of those water rides earlier that I'm still suffering from. So word to the wise, don't do what I did here, especially if you don't have a jacket. That is another long story. So as mentioned, there is only 1 major area to do before we hit Shockwave. Now I don't actually know if the coaster is running in Thomas Land today, but we're about to find out. Certainly doesn't seem so, though. Thomas and Rosie Engine Tours, which is like a
Ja, you passed us on the way. I think it was to your I tried, but I couldn't didn't say it.
day at Drayton Manor done. It was only 3 hours, a little over 3 hours, but unfortunately I didn't get quite everything done that I would have liked. I maybe would have liked to have gone through the Cowboy Dark ride. I may have wanted to go on Accelerator again maybe, or say Shockwave behind me again. That ride was actually much more impressive than I thought. The way it carried through that first drop, even though it's not actually a traditional like angled first drop, it's that curving drop, it really pulls speed, pulling you into that loop. The rest of the ride was relatively smoother than I was expecting. I was expecting a very rough, rickety Intamin ride a la Vortex at Carowinds. It wasn't that. It was actually pretty good. Those corkscrews, kind of unusual, but that inline twist is something else for a stand-up coaster and quite a sensation. Not exactly the most comfortable, but it was a good ride. It was a great ride. Sadly, did not get more than one ride on it today. It is time to say goodbye to Drayton Manor. It was a great little day. I must say, I was impressed. I wasn't expecting much today. I kind of planned this particular trip, or this particular park trip, as sort of a appetizer, if you will, for this big trip that we're doing through Europe for the fall. And having only had a couple hours here, I'm glad that I can relay that you can get the park done in that amount of time. I did spend the better part of an hour just handling those water rides earlier. And also the train is actually running, or at least it was running while I went to Shockwave. I would have liked to have gotten on that, but unfortunately it's not to be today. But I've certainly left enough to come back to do at another day as well. We got on Apocalypse, so now job done, and we'll exit the park, because I gotta get a little bit of rest before I hit the road, get warmed up, and hit Blackpool tonight for their scare event. Alright guys, that's Drayton Manor. First impressions of the park, very small family park, great for like a half day out, nothing crazy. For people like myself just coming on their own, you know, it's not an enthusiast heart bed, but it does have a couple of classic rides that you might want to try out. Alright guys, woo, it's so chilly, I gotta get in the car. Nice little quaint little park, exactly as I expected it, Drayton Manor. Probably gonna be a few years before I come back. Hopefully they have another big attraction that they can boast, but there's definitely been some investment in this park. It's not huge, but it certainly could use with another huge attraction from a family standpoint to kind of get the gate, you know, pump up the gate a bit. But that being said, it was pretty well attended today. Alright guys, I've shot numerous outros, but I gotta go. Gotta get in the car and get off to my next destination. Thanks for watching. Great little park, Drayton Manor. Don't expect to be back, hopefully earlier than 30 years, but not anytime soon, as all the major things I needed to do were out of the way. Enjoyed it. Would I say it's a full day park? Not by any stretch of the imagination. I can't imagine, other than having a very full park, spending more than a couple hours here at any point. Alright guys, that's all I gotta say. I gotta make my way. Thanks for watching. Always enjoy.